I'm Cam,
I'm Tyler.
and we produced The Hill I Die On by Mori. I guess freshman year of college, we had an ensemble together online at Berklee College of Music in Boston.
Yeah, we're both brass players, and so we kind of connected, like, had a lot of the same influences, like, grew up, I feel like we listened to a lot of the same music, like big band stuff, and
Jazz.
Maynard Ferguson, jazz, like nerdy horn stuff like that, bonded. And then I feel like we both kind of together while we were at Berklee transitioned from being arrangers and people that liked horn sections and stuff into like being more interested in pop music and being more interested in producing and music directing and getting into the like commercial music scene. I feel like we kind of did that together.
We met Mori in the dorms at Berklee. The person that The Hill I Die On is about was in the same floor as me in the dorms, and I became friends with him and then was introduced to her, and her and I have been friends since freshman year of college, so for a long time now. And then I started playing bass for her band live, and slowly over the course of a few years convinced her to let me try to work on her music, and figured Ty was the perfect person to bring in on this too.
Yeah, Cam and I had been working on like countless projects before we got on the Mora stuff. The joke was that Cam was just always at my apartment. It was like Cam lived at my apartment. We were constantly working on music or having fun or talking, whatever. He was just always there, and so we were kind of a natural duo.
Yeah, it's pretty natural for us to start working together.
So where did Mora land in your guys' timeline of like your sound as individuals? How did her music fit into that?
I felt like she came at the perfect time for us. Like we had worked on a few projects where we were still kind of finding our sound as producers. Obviously we haven't fully gotten there, right? We're in a few years into producing, but yeah, I think we were probably like a year into producing together.
Yeah, I think we'd been working together for about a year, little more than a year. And we'd always admired her music and her songwriting, and both talked about how we just wished we could give it that next step,
right,
and that next push in as far as the sonic realm went.
But I don't think if we had worked on her music before we ended up working on her music, it would have been the right time. Like I think it was the perfect time for us. I think we were at a level where we were able to. Her music is so powerful and simple in a lot of ways, like that her voice and her songwriting should and does just carry the music and the productions. And I think if we started working on her music before we did, we probably would have tried to do too much and probably would have kind of distracted from the like real intention of the songs, the meaning.
So where do you start with a song like this? Does it start pure lyrical content, storytelling, and build up from there? Does it start her previous records or whatever sound she communicates that she's going for? Where do you kind of begin to build the atmosphere for that?
I think mostly the last one, honestly, is like, hey, how do you envision, like, let's talk about the song. What's the song about? What does it mean to you? Like, where are you coming from with it? At what stage in your life? I feel like that's the most important thing. And then it's, where do you see your artistry, right? Like with Mora, it's always like the combination of C. Rose and Adrian Lenker and Lizzie McAlpine. And so it's like, how do you feel like your sound fits in the world of music?
Yeah, it's really just a combination of her influences and what music she listens to is going to go into the music she writes. So we definitely want to honor that with the way we make her music sound, and as well as we have our own influences that we bring into that. And it's just a really cool combination of, what we each hear when we immediately hear the song and what sounds kind of come into her head and what Mora's thinking and what her feelings about the songs are. I think the combination of that is what makes the songs sound like how they sound.
And even song to song, I think there's different levels of which references and influences we pull from. Like, there's some songs on The Hill I Die On, the EP, that are more like, we love Casey Musgraves, so like more Casey Musgraves production vibes. There's more that are fully, like I think Hill I Die On's more like stripped and meant to be more of the C. Rose kind of singer-songwriter thing. But a song like Embarrassing has like big drums and like big kind of almost rock influence.
Yeah.
So it's also about like, yes, we know Mora as an artist at large, but which sonic palette are we pulling from for each individual song, I think is also the question.